Welcome to Mimo in Andorra,
where two guys talk about
football
nonsense
and everything else in between. With your hosts, Travis and Ricky.
Yeah, so welcome everyone. As you probably gathered, if you're an avid listener, that is definitely not the voices of myself and Travis. We've managed to rope in some cheap child labour in. Don't worry, they were not just random kids. They were our own. So you've had my daughter bitching. And Trav, do you want to introduce your children as well?
Yeah,
Two of your children.
Yeah, my sons. They've been itching to come onto the pod. I think I talked about Jesse a little bit last time, and his how he's just a carbon copy of me. And I was saying off air to Ricky, like we've been going through World Cup history from the beginning, from 1930, and we're up to 1986 now. And he's just obsessed. And obviously I give him the background. I don't just tell him this team won. I will talk about things like I was still talking about the Falklands War and General Videla, 1978, and Argentina's, the junta and all sorts of stuff like that. He just he gets to know. He remembers that Antonio Ratin was sent off with a look in his eye in '66, just random stuff like that. He just loves it. So they were itching to come on the pod. I said to him, maybe not just yet, but we can do an intro for me. So that's why we thought we'd get him in and do an intro. Maybe if we're struggling for content at some point in the future, we'll get him on as well. Get the World Cups through the eyes of a 7-year-old.
Why not? That'd be great. That'd be great during the World Cup, actually, or after the World Cup. Just to imagine to see what it's like to be that age again. I think the only way I'll get my daughter anyway interested in that is she only recognises two players consistently is Saka and Chloe Kelly, I think. So unless we had one of those two join the podcast, I don't think her enthusiasm would be any greater than it was in that intro.
Got to get bigger.
Okay,
yeah. We've got to get bigger if we're going to get them on.
Can you imagine?
On the subject, and I do this every tournament. Well, not every tournament, but I've done this in the past, and I'm sure I'll get through it. But I was having a look. I was talking to someone about World Cup times, like kickoff times. And obviously, I remember USA '94, and I remember there was lots of controversy about games being played at 4 p.m. UK time, which was midday in America. Remember John Aldridge trying to get water on or something against Mexico, or making a sub and getting angry at him. Anyway, the kickoff times for this one are more sensible for the teams out there, but crap for European audiences. There are lots of 2 a.m. kickoffs and stuff, and obviously I'm assuming that's because it's a 48-team tournament, but actually it's going to be quite rubbish. It might be the first. I mean, I've watched, as you know, Ricky, I watch every game at a World Cup, but I'm going to struggle here. I'm going to be really tired if I do.
It's a hard one to keep track of, isn't it? At 2 o'clock in the morning, it's like extreme boxing watching every night for a few nights on the trot. Do you know?
Yeah,
and it's
obviously that's a 2 o'clock kickoff, isn't it? You've got another 2 hours till it finishes, right?
Yeah, that is, and yeah, to do that once is one thing, but then to do that, go to work, not try and do it again the next night.
Not working from home. Going to have to put in some, I don't know. Now, if anyone's from my work is watching, I'm not going to do extra working from home days during the World Cup, I swear.
You can feel another flexible working request coming in.
Exactly.
Need to adapt my hours. If I adapt my hours to the middle of the night, then that'd be it.
I remember how old were you in 2002?
That should be an easy question. I was just 13 in terms of when the World Cup was.
Yeah, so you were at school, right? So
I remember getting the morning off for the quarterfinal.
Yeah, that's it though, right? So 2002, I was prime. I was 21. I was at I just finished university. I just graduated, and I chose not to look for a job because I was like, I'm just gonna watch the World Cup for the whole summer or for the beginning of the summer. And I remember struggling to get up in the morning at 7 a.m. because I was so used to university lifestyle. I remember falling asleep.
What is this?
During Ireland Cameroon in the groups, I think it was Ireland Cameroon. It was at 7 o'clock. Falling asleep because I was really struggling to stay awake for it. So it couldn't feel like that.
I remember just being obviously a kid getting up for school anyway, but it was getting up extra early because it was right, just getting up and watching. I remember staying at my dad's house where I used to stay in the front room. He used to just wake up and be watching football from 5 in the morning. He'd be like, "This is amazing." And I remember and then getting.
It's about 7. I think the earliest ones were 7.
7.
Yeah.
Getting up and then going. I remember when the quarterfinal was, and the school, England, Brazil, and school said, "Yeah, we'll delay school opening." And then obviously the game didn't go. Yeah. So the game obviously didn't go our way, and I remember just crying in the bathroom, being like, I don't want to go to school, because there weren't many England fans in the school in terms of where I was going. So there weren't many like really kids.
Lots of Brazilians in Romford.
A lot of Brazilian fans, maybe not Brazilians.
This goes back to your mate Garincha from last episode, the bow-legged kid at school.
We had a lot of Portuguese, so there might have been some, Brazilian, but yeah, no, it was like the kind of thing where it was like it didn't matter if England did well.
Yeah.
And I was probably seen as the biggest football fan, so it was like, I couldn't face going in that day. But I do remember something similar. The only thing I could relate to what you were saying there was, I remember when we finished in 2005, and I said to myself, I'll look for a summer job. I'll go out and get a job. But then the Ashes got really interesting. I was like, I want to watch every moment of this. So I remember delaying everything while I watched the Ashes that summer, just to do that. Yeah, that's the closest I could relate. Yeah, there's the 2002 tournament. Otherwise, yeah, it was great in the mornings, waking up, cup of tea, breakfast before going to school, getting to watch as much football as possible. Yeah, these times are awful. Yeah, pubs are opening, aren't they, for the England games? They've been allowed to open to 1 or 2 a.m.
But our games, I've noticed, I don't know whether you've noticed, but if you look at them, obviously we don't have terrible game times, because I think what they've done is they've so like if you look at a lot of the South American teams, their game times are like middle of the night, because they're thinking, well, the audience is going to be from South America. And then a lot of the European teams, their games are sort of like evening times, more so than middle of the night. So I think they've kind of been a bit clever about it, but I'd preferred if they'd just made everybody play around in the midday heat like they did in 1994. Do that. Don't care. Like Mexico 86, let everyone just be dying from the heat, and we
just
can all
played
watch
in Qatar. They could do it.
Yeah, well, exactly. We can play in Qatar at a reasonable time. That was those kickoff times are great in Qatar. Actually, I remember.
Yeah, they were really good. There weren't many games I think we were able to miss.
I watched every game. Every game. Obviously, I took time off because it was my birthday. Because it was November.
Yeah, it would have been.
My birthday was the day that Argentina lost to Saudi Arabia, and I remember literally thinking to myself, "Can life actually get better than this?" Like, it's my birthday today. I'm watching the World Cup. I never thought I'd be watching the World Cup on my birthday, because my birthday's in November. But I'm sitting at home, off work, watching the World Cup. Brilliant. Bring it on. Could have killed me then. I'd have been like, yeah, that's it. I'm done. I'm all right.
See, I remember being, and it's surreal to think about now, I was at a Christmas market in Bruges the day England played France. And
that's late. Yeah, that's right. The quarterfinal.
Yeah. It was later, and my daughter
Saturday afternoon or Saturday evening? Saturday evening.
It was. Or Sunday evening. Was it Sunday evening?
No. I don't think it was a Sunday. It was a Saturday, because
Saturday or Sunday,
Morocco, Portugal was earlier on in the day. The reason why I know this, memory, I know, we had a family friend round who I actually would love to get on. He's a agent for goalkeepers. And he was round, and he comes round like he's a really good mate of my missus, and he comes round and always brings the kids presents and stuff. And he came and watched Portugal-Morocco with us, which was during the day, which was on a Saturday. And then he left, and then we watched the England game, and then England lost, and the boys were really angry. Someone went to a wedding as well that I know of.
It was freezing cold, and I remember Mia was just before her second birthday. So she was tiny, and it was us, and we were in a hotel, and obviously by the time the game kicked off and we was in Belgium, she was going to bed, so we had to watch it in this small hotel room, pitch black. I couldn't cheer because she's asleep literally there, and you're like trying to jump up and down and cheer quietly. It was a nightmare, and then obviously the stress of the game itself and losing. You can imagine, like, we're both fuming, trying not to wake the child up. And then trying to be like, what do we do now?
Harry Kane smashes a penalty over the bar.
Yeah. It's a nightmare.
Rookie mistake of going anywhere during the World Cup. You know me. Don't do it. I don't make plans. Anyone listening, not going to your wedding, I'm not going to your birthday. It's the World Cup, not going anywhere. So just know that. Don't invite me because I'm not coming. And I've got some big birthdays during the World Cup as well. My brother's birthday is like the 13th of July. No, 14th of July. And my first cousin is the 13th. My best pal is the 20th. My missus is the 29th. By then it'll be over. But like, trust me, I've got pals that have got birthdays, and I'm telling them now, not going. Don't invite me. I've got another pal, our pal, Patrice. Her birthday's the 15th. Not going. Not going to it. Don't invite me. I'm not going. They know that as well. They know better than to invite me. I'm not going to any. I always lock down. Back in the day when you used to do like Facebook statuses. Do you remember like 15 years ago when you'd write a big Facebook status before the "Are you okay, hun?" And I'd always write a status literally at the beginning of a World Cup. I think 2010 I was like, I am MIA for a month. Don't invite me to anything. Don't do anything. I'm not going.
Social out of 2012.
Office. Yeah, it is a social out of. That's exactly what it is. Don't invite me to your birthday. Don't invite me out for a random trip. Unless it's something, because I never do as well. I hate it when people go, oh, it'll probably be on. Oh, I don't care. I don't want it to be probably on. I want to watch it.
I know what is on.
Because then someone will go, go on.
I was going to say, we've had this conversation about the FA Cup final loads.
Yeah.
Like, in here, we're both like, if someone tries to plan us on something that day a year in advance, we're like, well, and we both support teams that have a good chance of getting there every year. So we're like, no.
Yeah, you and the missus you're talking about, yeah, not me and you. My team hasn't been to an FA Cup final since 2006. I was there, but yeah, exactly that though. Yeah, like FA, I think I do that as well though. I know the date. Is it the 16th of May this year? Yeah, because I know, and obviously my team's still in the FA Cup, mate. I've already been accumulating my points just in case we get to the cup final, like me and the boys. So we're going to Leeds. I know this is nothing about the FA Cup or West Ham, but we're going to Leeds in 2 weeks' time, the quarter final, which means that if we get through that, and I'm touching wood and knowing West Ham we won't get through it, but if we did, we're going to the semi-final, and then it's in the God's hands as to whether we go get tickets to a final if we get there.
It's funny. It's again totally unrelated, but it's like in the sense of these dates are important to people. You do put them in. So my wife had the biggest dilemma. Like Holly had the biggest dilemma earlier this year or last year when we've had tickets for over a year to the England Women's Rugby World Cup final, and then she gets invited to her future sister-in-law's hen do. It's that weekend, and she was like, "What do I do? I can't say no."
Tell them to plan better. Tell them to plan better. That's what you do. Louise knows. My wife knows, guys. Everyone that's listening to this, if she ever listens to this, she doesn't listen to this because she don't care. She doesn't like football. But she doesn't like football because of me. Probably put her off it, making her not be able to do anything in her life. But she knows. She knows for a fact that we can't plan. Like I've said to her, the 11th of June. I've known that the 11th of June is the start of this World Cup for about 3 years now. And I'm like, that's the date that you... From then, there's an embargo on plans. Just plans
Put it in the diary.
There'll be a Father's Day in there. There's always Father's Day around there. I'd say to her, she goes, what do you want for Father's Day? To sit and watch the football. That's what I want. You can watch it with me, but I want to watch the football for Father's Day. It'll be a Sunday. There'll probably be like 4 games on that day. Let's watch it.
Brilliant. Perfect.
Yeah.
I'm going to be alone and watch the football.
No, it's cool. I'll watch it with everybody. I'm not anti-social. Not a psycho, Ricky.
To be fair, I am quite lucky, whereas if I was to say something like that, Holly likes the football just as much as me.
Yeah,
so I'd
exactly.
be like, if I'm not watching it, she is in that sense. Like, she came in last night and was like, oh, you've seen the scores? And we're like, yeah, we've seen the scores. So yeah, no, I am lucky in that respect. But less of everything else. We're here. We've approached it. It's March Madness.
It's March.
Amongst us.
March Madness, I mean, it's the maddest March anyway because of just world events and stuff. But March Madness is upon us now, man.
And it is probably the most FIFA-coded qualification pathway we've ever seen. It's chaos. First note I'm going to talk about is, I said in my notes, it's got shades of, and you don't know whether you know about this, 1934, right? Like, there was a weird thing where, like, I think Mexico qualified for the World Cup, and then at the last minute, the USA went, we want to play. And rather than go, well, it's a bit late now, they went, okay, jump on a boat and do like a 6-week trip or whatever it is on the boat, come to Rome and play a one-off game against Mexico, and the winner of that game gets to come here, gets to play in the World Cup. And I think the USA won and Mexico lost. So Mexico got on a boat,
sailed halfway across the world and took forever to get there, and then played one game in Rome, got knocked out before the competition even started. And it's got an air. I mean, obviously, this isn't. They're going to fly, so it will take like half a day maybe. But like, it's got very much an air of that. I don't know how long does it take to get from New Caledonia to Guadalajara?
Wow. Send your answers on a postcard, people.
Yeah.
God knows.
But it's like that sort of vibe. Yeah.
Yeah. And then even then, when you think about it, it's like we've got teams finishing 7 out of 10th in their qualifying, and they're still alive.
Bolivia.
Finishing 4th in their group,
right?
Still alive.
What a joke.
It all ends in a tournament in the host nation, as you say.
Yeah. And do you know what? Also, on that thing, right? When I was researching this, I looked at that thing. Did you see how many? I think Brazil lost like 4 games.
It's ridiculous,
in that qualifying. I think we might have touched on this before, but like they qualified for the World Cup, it was 4 games. Like, you know, that's the reason why. I mean, I'm not saying that you know, I think I'm not fussed, but like Italy were moaning, saying, "Oh, we haven't lost as many games," and they're right. Brazil are rubbish, man.
It speaks one year to European qualifiers where they only played 6 games, and then you're like, what? Like they lost 4. You're not even getting a chance here. And then it's and then you also think when you talk to people and you'd be like, oh, so Brazil are going to do well, and you're like, have you seen their qualifying record?
Yeah.
Like
people just know the name, innit? It's like they just think, oh, Brazil will do well.
And then when you start thinking about it and you tell people, they're like, what? And I'm like, that's only in South America. They're not even playing other countries yet.
Exactly, they're not even playing good. Yeah. Wait till they get to Europe.
And when you feel like Argentina, finished top, and they weren't the best team playing. Like they didn't play great football all through. Ecuador, sorry.
Yeah, Ecuador, quality. Ecuador were really good, weren't they?
Yeah, they were really, really good. So it's like it's what we said. Mind you, we said the same thing with Germany, I suppose, in the qualifiers in Europe as well. It's like they lost a lot of games for what the qualifiers they have. Not 4, but
if Germany lost 4 games, they're not going to the World Cup. No one in Europe loses 4 games and goes to the World Cup. That's the thing. Like, you'd have to be like mad. So like, but yeah, your point stands though. Obviously, I jest, but they're a poor side, but back to the subject. Like, you know, we've got Bolivia there. I don't know who. I'm just trying to scour my notes now to see.
Bolivia, Iraq.
Are they playing Iraq?
Suriname. You've got Bolivia are playing Suriname
for the right to play Iraq. Now, interesting point.
For the right to play Congo, I think.
Iraq. Yeah, Iraq.
Is it?
It's the right to play Iraq. Iraq will play the winner of Bolivia versus Suriname in their final thing. Because it goes on your ranking, and Iraq and Dr. Congo are the highest 2 ranked teams left in that thing.
Yeah, so they're on there.
They get through to the next bit. But, interestingly, didn't Iraq pull out? Did they pull out? Because of the Iran-America thing?
I don't know. Did they?
I've got a feeling they pulled out. They potentially pulled out, or are on the cusp of pulling out, and if not pulled out. So therefore, the winner of Bolivia versus Suriname might be going to the World Cup, which would be amazing for Suriname.
That's amazing.
Come on, let's Google it. Let's Google our friend. Google is our friend. I don't want to look at my phone.
So I've got Iraq still listed on the FIFA fixtures. Let's see.
I've news. So yeah, Middle East, Iraq urges FIFA to postpone World Cup. So they are playing. This is Iraq to enter World Cup playoff without friendly matches. So they are playing. They are playing for now.
All right.
So first chance of getting there since 1986 for Iraq. But Bolivia or Suriname, and they don't get to play Bolivia at altitude, which is like mad.
Altitude FC.
By the way, actually, can we just go back, right? So Iraq, did you see their qualifying path
of the teams they've played against?
Of how to get through if you're in Asia? Jesus, mate.
I know we covered it a bit, but it got a bit complicated.
So I went down a Wikipedia rabbit hole, right? It is wild, right? So you start off and you get like a bit where you've got really rubbish countries, like I think it was like India and Sri Lanka and places like that aren't really like Vietnam and places that aren't great at football. Start off in one, they get like a game. I think it might be 2 legs where they play each other, right? That's round 1, right? That's the go through. Then like you have, then they go in. Where is it? I'm trying to have a look because I did it backwards. I worked it backwards. And then they come first or second they get put in groups, Then they go first or second in those groups to get through to round. So that round 2 is a league. First or second in round 2, get through to a group. Round 3, where is it? Round 3 is like another group. So that's when you then start playing with like the good teams, like Japan and people like that, I think. Then in that bit, so then those teams go through, and then the teams that come, I think the top 4 maybe in those bits go through. And then you get like, the top 4 go through. So the top 2 go through automatically. Then the third and fourth go into a playoff. And then in that playoff, third and fourth play to get to where Iran have gotten to, yeah? So they have gone through like round after round after round. I mean, it didn't start in the rubbish bit with like Timor-Leste and people like that, but like they were in.
So they've less qualified and more endured.
Yeah.
Than anything like that. It's probably the way to say it.
Now they might not even be able to go because shit, that's mad. I'd go. I'd probably not, but yeah. It's
So what this does raise then is an interesting point of the technically battle hardened to have been through quite an endurance test in terms of qualification, and can that really leave them as a bit underrated in terms of what people are expecting from them because of the amount of games they've played, or is it because we're looking at who they've played?
I was going to say, man, I'm not sure you can count anyone's under. I don't know who they played in their things, but like Bhutan or something, or like someone crazy. I'm trying to think of a random place in Asia that they might have played, but like, yeah, I'm not sure I can rate them based on the fact that they beat.
It's the kind of thing where you're not hearing them winning games 10-0 either.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I mean. They like, they're winning games like 1-0 against people that are literally not that great. They beat UAE in a 2-leg playoff, came second to Saudi Arabia and Qatar in the 4th round. These aren't like.
These are the Haviland and Waterlooville of the international football. Yeah,
exactly. That's what I mean.
But they got to the FA Cup rounds proper, and now they're like, we're tired, guys. We're here for the crack.
And they're in like the first round, and they're playing like, I don't know, like Stevenage.
Yeah.
They didn't even get a big tie.
Yeah.
They didn't even get Wigan or like who's down in Luton.
Didn't even get a decent stadium.
Yeah, and like a good. Yeah, exactly. They just got another team slightly better than them. So like, yeah. So they say right, and then I said they play like Bolivia or Suriname. I think we covered a tiny bit of Suriname, didn't we, when we were talking about?
Yeah, we did a bit about Suriname. So we've got Suriname.
So
who did we say they're playing?
They were second best runner-up in their group. So like again, weird qualifying thing. Remember I said to you as well. This is so they did this weird thing in nowhere near as convoluted as CAF. Well, no, as AFC, not CAF. But in CONCACAF, you had this weird thing where you had an initial group, and that's when Grenada got eliminated. Remember, Grenada got eliminated because they played one game in each. Like, so rather than playing a league where you play home and away, they just went right. You're going to be
just one random game, wasn't it?
That one's going to be away, and they finished joint with Trinidad. And this isn't about Grenada, I know, but they finished joint on points with Trinidad. I'm aggrieved by this, and were eliminated on goal difference. And I'm like, well, they should have played a second game. So Suriname would have done that, gone through that bit, gotten into a next bit, which is then when like Costa Rica and Honduras and obviously normally Mexico and the USA would join. And they played in that. They were the second best runner-up. And that was because they messed up. Do you remember we talked about it? They messed up their last game because they were top of the group and they played Guatemala. And Guatemala were rubbish. Much of them are, it seems, in that thing are. And they lost. When they should have, and it basically, if they'd have won that game, they would have gone through top of the group. And they basically let someone, was it El Salvador? No, it wasn't El Salvador. Can't remember who. Honduras missed out. Jamaica come through as well. It might have been, it's either Haiti, who's the other one? Panama. I think it might be Panama. One of those two basically snuck in ahead of Suriname, basically. So Suriname went ahead with Bolivia. And they have to play Bolivia, who just basically... And Bolivia, interestingly, my only note on them. So, 7th out of 10 teams, right? Lost to Ecuador and Argentina at home. Beat everyone else on a bloody mountain, basically, up in fucking altitude. Then lost every away game except for the game against Chile, who finished bottom because Chile are rubbish. And I was like, who the hell's still playing for Chile then, man? Like, is it like Salas and Zamorano or something like that? or Alexis Sanchez. Who, like, yeah, Bolivia are rubbish.
I think in my notes, I've got Altitude FC versus the What If team. And it was like, how's this going to go? And it was, as you say, was it Prime Brazil at home and then probably Sunday League away from home.
Altitude FC, love it. Premier League Bants slipping into CONMEBOL playoffs or qualifying. Altitude FC, I love it.
That'd be amazing, wouldn't it? If they just, yeah. Where are we playing this game? Can we play at the highest altitude possible in the US?
Kilimanjaro. I know. Yeah. In obviously Kilimanjaro. I know. By the way, I know Kilimanjaro is in Africa. I just said that. But what's in the Andes? Is in no, the Andes is South America. There is South some America. Stuff in Mexico. Isn't there high stuff? There is altitude. I know there's altitude in Mexico.
Yeah, there's altitude in Mexico, Canada as well.
There's altitude. Where are they? We need to. Oh my god, I didn't think of that because it's quite hot and high.
So they are.
It's either Guadalajara or the other one. What's the other one?
No, they're playing in Monterrey.
Monterrey. Is Monterrey high?
I don't know.
Listen.
Is Monterrey the altitude? What's the altitude of Monterrey Stadium?
Come on.
Come in. What?
Anything over 1,500 meters or feet or whatever, and Bolivia are winning that. I'm putting money down on those guys. The bookies. I'm putting money down. Sell the house.
All right. So it is approximately 5,970 feet above sea level. It's built on the slopes of Cerro de la Silla mountain. Right, it's on the slopes of a mountain. That's as close as they're going to get to being like a home game.
High. That's quite high, isn't it? What the ground? Ask it. Is the ground?
What is it? They play La Paz.
Yeah, La Paz is higher. La Paz is.
So
I can't work out if it's feet or meters.
Interesting. Paz is 11,000. No. 11,932 feet.
It's double.
Yeah.
La Paz is basically in the clouds.
And the new national stadium in Bolivia is located 4,000 meters. No, 13,000. So even higher. Jesus, they purposely built the new one even higher. It's like, where can we build this stadium? Just look to the nearest highest.
On stilts as well, like. You get like a lift to go up to the pitch.
Do you think they looked at the San Siro and thought, we could put that on top of a mountain? Yeah, so not quite as high.
Yeah, not quite as high.
But still higher than probably your average pitch.
Do you know, random thing, do you know the highest altitude English football ground? I know this because it was said to me before.
Highest altitude English football ground? Is it going to be somewhere like Carlisle or somewhere like that?
No. You're well off. West Brom.
Wow, is it West Brom?
West Brom, the Hawthorns. It's nothing like that. It's probably like a couple hundred. It's literally highest altitude English professional football ground. I don't know whether it's set, like of all of the 92. I think it is the Hawthorns, West Brom, and I knew this because someone said it once.
West Brom on a Tuesday night. It's not just about
exactly
West Brom.
In the heat of the Black Country at altitude. I don't know. Anyway, we're massively digressing, obviously. But I don't know of that. Who do you think? Who's your favourite in those three? Then who do you think's going to get out of that if you had to put money on it?
Of Bolivia and Suriname.
Bolivia, Suriname. So who wins out of Bolivia and Suriname in your mind? Well,
this is going to be a tough one. I'm going to go with Bolivia, just because of the calibre of teams they're used to playing.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah,
more than anything else. I think Suriname are close and they've got a good structure and a good team, but I think Bolivia will just edge it.
Yeah, that's a very good logic, or very sound logic, because you think to yourself, as much as we mock Bolivia for coming 7th from South America, if you put Suriname in that, would they even get near 7th? You don't know.
I haven't seen Suriname's squad, but I'm guessing that there's probably more.
Neither have I, believe it or not.
It surprised me. I don't know. The squad of Bolivia are probably playing a higher calibre of football week in, week out than probably Suriname's players.
Right,
yeah. What are you thinking similar? Are you thinking you're going to go Suriname?
Until you said that, until you made that very sensible point, I was like, my emotions was getting the better of me, and I was like, Suriname, I'm going to beat them. But
You were
like, I
going for the
reckon-
what if. You had fell into the what if dream.
Yeah, the what if in it. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, Altitude FC are through. Yeah, but then I reckon that they get a rude awakening when they play Iraq. I think Iraq might be like they probably got a couple of guys that play in the Saudi Pro League or something like that.
Yeah, that's true. I think you're right. I think they're going to actually just...
And like in like Germany or something like that, like German third division. Or I don't know anything about the Iraqi national team. I'm massively stereotyping based on the fact that Iran had a couple of players that played in the Bundesliga 20 years ago. But I'm just going to assume that Iraq have got some calibre of player that might
Well, I think
do...
it's a similar thing to what happened with Qatar, wasn't it? I think everyone thought Qatar were just going to be a walkover, and they were just a well-structured team. So it made it actually hard to play against. And it weren't as easy as everyone thought it was going to be. So it might be a similar thing with Iraq.
Yeah, I suppose, and obviously, you know, everyone does that now. I think, right? Like the exposure that people get. Like we talked about this a few episodes ago. You know, there are easy games in international football still, but like at that level anyway. But like when you get into the business end, like and you're talking about qualifying for a major tournament, and you're right at the end of it, you're probably going to have some people that have played in some sort of Champions League, whether that be an African one or an Asian one, and might know how to, like, you know, park the bus, shut up shop, game manage, all of those things that, like, you know, that probably you wouldn't get at like a lower level. Or no, you obviously get that at a lower level, but they can't do it as well at a lower level. So, like, yeah, it'd be interesting to watch. I think I'm going to say, that Iraq might give Bolivia some problems. But I think that, as you say, I think probably Suriname will probably not quite be good enough to challenge. But you know, I don't think Bolivia will batter them. But like, you know, I think maybe like a 2-3-0 maybe.
Be interesting. No, it'd be a good game. I think it'd be. There's a good few games there, and then when we go to the other side,
Oh mate, the other side. My guys, isn't it? My guys, Dr. Congo, got to win it.
Dr. Congo,
best runners up in the whole. So the best runners up behind Senegal, lost to Sudan in the groups, and once to Senegal. Senegal, obviously the African champions. We'll talk about that in a bit. But they look good. They got Aaron Wan-Bissaka, Chancellor Mbemba. They got Arthur Matawaku. There's a few others as well. There's a couple.
Yeah, it's a good calibre of players. I think I then fell into the thing of trying to give everyone a name, and I called them the doctor no one wants to see, because I think this is the team they don't want to play.
I think they might be the strongest team in that thing. I know that them and Iraq were like, you know, they're around the same in the rankings, about 50 odd. I think they're stronger than Iraq. And again, based off of just knowing a few of their players. So maybe they're not as strong as Iraq, but I think they're stronger than Iraq. Based on what they did they've knocked, bear in mind, you say that, these are knocked Nigeria out and Cameroon.
I was going to say, they've beat both Cameroon and Nigeria. They played strong against most of the teams they played.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, they've knocked out better teams than they'll face here in that sense.
Exactly. And in one-off games as well. Like, so, like, you know, you telling me I've got a feeling these lot. I don't want to say walk it, but
they got to be the team that are looking around thinking, why are we here?
Yeah. Why didn't FIFA just give us an automatic place, another automatic place?
Yeah.
Bear in mind, you've got us to 48 teams, so we can just play in this convoluted, weird thing in a March. But yeah,
no, definitely.
And if you think they look at who they're playing as well, like, so they play the winners of Jamaica and New Caledonia, and I want New Caledonia. I want them to get to the World Cup. They're not going to get to the World Cup. I want them to get to the World Cup, and like we said before, and play Norway, because Haaland will score 15 goals against them, and will show no mercy, no chill, no nothing. It will just be like, yep, this is like I'm playing Bournemouth on a Saturday. I'm just going to go about it the same way and batter these guys.
It's that chaos aspect, and this is what it really looks like when FIFA said, well, everyone gets a chance, let's see what happens.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, should everyone get a chance? It'll be like that afterwards. It'll be like, oh, that.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I think they're going to play Jamaica, lose 3-4, 5-0, and that's it. And then we won't get to see them get like double figures, which is really what the sadist in me wants to see. Like, because if you look, they lost a
Sod the fairy tale, I want a cricket score.
Yeah, I do. I want to see the fucking thing in the top right-hand corner look weird because it's got like double figures in it.
You want the commentator to be like, just ignore the scoreline in the top left corner.
Yeah.
The digital team are just trying to work out how to process this many
New
digits.
Caledonia. Looks like it's cricket. They're 12 without loss. It's They so like if they're qualifying, right? They lost their playoff final to New Zealand, and they came top of a group. And I'm looking at my notes here. They came top of a group with Fiji, the Solomon Islands, and Papua New Guinea, and they drew with Fiji and Port Moresby. The only reason why I know what Port Moresby is because I worked at the Foreign Office for a while and did some IT out there. Or not, I didn't go to Port Moresby, unluckily, but like I did IT for our embassy in Port Moresby. Like, they are going to get battered. If you can't beat... I don't care what anyone says. If you can't beat Fiji in Port Moresby, when you go to Guadalajara...
This is hilarious. I really hope they get through just to see what happens next. Just to see.
That's what I mean. I want them to get through because I want them to play someone really strong. I want them to play like actual pros that play every week in the Premier League or like the top 5 leagues in Europe. Like people like that. I want them to play like Belgium or something like someone big. Because if you think they get battered by when they play like, I mean, they didn't this, they got beaten, not battered. But they get battered against like New Zealand and that. And New Zealand aren't great. So imagine if they like, that's what I mean. I want them to play like Brazil. Maybe not Brazil because they're rubbish. But like, you know, who are they? Spain. Can you imagine Spain against New Caledonia?
I would.
Play
Harry Kane against the Minnows against these.
Yeah.
Or, like you say, if you had Haaland against, like, that would... It'd
be amazing. But they're not going to get... Alas, I don't think it's going to happen. I think Jamaica would deal with them. And then it will be Jamaica, Dr. Congo. And then I think Dr. Congo are too strong for Jamaica.
Yeah. Do you think there's a chance for a slip-up with Jamaica and New Caledonia? Do you think it's the kind of game where Jamaica would be like, oh, not again?
Nah. So Jamaica obviously messed up as well, right? Their last, I think they drew a 0-0 with Trinidad, and then they did their last game. They kind of messed up. They had it in their hands, and they could have actually gone automatically. Obviously lost Steve McLaren as a result of it. They've got lots of... don't like him, but I think Mason Greenwood plays for Jamaica.
Yeah.
Does Mikel Antonio still play? Potentially.
I don't know if he still plays, does he? Yeah.
He played a couple of... He came back... When he came back from his injury, he played games for them, but didn't play for us.
Oh, okay.
So I don't know whether he's retired or what, but, like, you know, they had Antonio. Like, they could play him now against New Caledonia. I don't care. Like, unfit Antonio against New Caledonia, he's scoring. Like, I'd back him.
That's like the injured semi-pro player coming to play for your Sunday League team.
Yeah.
It's like turning up and just still owns the pitch.
I can't wait for 2 weeks' time when New Caledonia have shown us up and we've got egg on our faces and they've got guys that are actually half decent.
What it is, then FIFA have won. They've got their wish in terms of opening the game up, bringing in this one.
And we've won.
And
we've won because then they're going to go to the World Cup and get slaughtered. And we get to watch it.
They will win the battle, but we will win the war.
If it's at 3 a.m, I'm setting an alarm and I'm getting up to watch New Caledonia, Belgium, or whoever it is.
You won't need to set an alarm. Just set the notifications. The dings will just wake you up. The constant dings.
What's that constant dinging? Yeah. They're 10-0 down after 30 minutes.
It'd be what's the odds on them surviving 90 minutes and losing 20-0 or them losing 3-0 because they've walked off the pitch?
So, like, more context, right? So, like, I know this is a while ago, but in the 2013 Confederations Cup, Tahiti... Did they play Spain? Did they give it 11-0 by Spain? I remember I watched it. It was they played like it was. I think it was Spain they played. They got beat 11-0 in the Confederations Cup. You're googling, aren't you?
Yeah.
10-0 Spain.
Yeah. Torres scored 4.
Yeah, and that was like to qualify for the Confederations Cup. Obviously, they didn't win their thing because I think New Zealand might have been there. They got there, but they didn't get it through winning. They got it through, like, getting to the final or something like that. But, like, the debt there, they have to be, like, quite good in their region. And I'm not saying New Caledonia aren't, but, like, you think they are the third best team in that confederation behind Australia and New Zealand. There is no way that if they play anyone half decent, they don't get 15, 20. Love it.
Please.
Yeah. Please. Someone. Please. Everyone declare for Jamaica. Every player that's got any sort of Jamaican heritage, Go and declare for them. Call them up.
Wouldn't it be great if we're sitting here and then we'd like please someone who's already qualified, drop out. Just drop out. New Caledonia in.
Oh, what?
Just...
And they get him in, in protest about the war and that. Yeah, drop out.
It'd be interesting. It'd be interesting, wouldn't it? Because see visas and troubles that's going to affect people.
That as well, yeah. Because there's talk about coaching staff having problems getting there, isn't there? They're like,
yeah, and there's going to be a huge thing, and see how that affects people. We've already seen how it's happened in other tournaments of other countries recently with the women's football as well, in Australia and so forth. So it'll be really interesting to see how this plays out. So we've done basically said March Madness is completely mad.
Well, it is mad, and we think that basically the 2 seeded teams are going to get through. Are we saying that?
Yeah. I think that's fair enough.
Yeah,
I think that's a fair reflection.
The same thing would be that they're going to get through.
Do you know what I want to see in this? It's a shame about the kickoff times because I would have loved to see the TV figures for this compared to the Super Bowl, just to be like, we got more people watching.
That's like
Bolivia.
they have talked about that, haven't they? Yeah.
It's been a big talking point coming up to it, isn't it? Where I think there was an average game. Not an average game, but I think it was a normal league game. I think it was Liverpool City that got more
because it was that weekend.
Viewings
it was that weekend.
Yeah,
the Liverpool City game. Yeah.
Yeah, got more viewings way more viewings globally than the Super Bowl. Yeah, it'd be great if it was not even the World Cup game. It was Suriname versus Bolivia.
That's a World Cup game to me, mate. I'm going to be up.
Is that is they are strange kickoff times. Yeah, Bolivia's 10 o'clock at night.
Watching it,
but
all day.
New Caledonia's 3 in the morning.
What day? What day of the week? I should know this, but
Friday the 20th.
There you go. Well, next Friday, England will be England Uruguay in the evening. Just whetting my appetite.
Yeah, but this is early Friday morning, isn't it?
You're
3 o'clock Friday morning. Yeah.
Basically.
Yeah.
All right then. Maybe I'll do it. I might set a little cheeky alarm, get the phone out, and have it next to me in bed, like I was doing during the Ashes. That's what I was doing in the Ashes. I'd have my phone on charge next to me in the bed. Probably fire risk. But like literally just watching it, and I'd wake up. I'd like doze for like an hour or so, and then watch a couple of overs, and then doze again. Just catch up with what's going on.
The irony of a fire risk watching the Ashes.
Yeah.
The other games are a bit better in the sense. Go on. One's at 10 o'clock, and the other one is at 4 o'clock in the morning. The Congo game will be
the winners.
It will be Tuesday, 10 o'clock at night. And then
I love it.
Watching a few hours later, 4 o'clock in the morning is the Iraq game.
Annoying.
But
then, watching Congo all day. Congo against Jamaica. Going to be there. Sorry, New Caledonia.
Game, to be fair.
Sorry. Going to get some complaints from. I don't even know. And you know, I love my geography. I don't know. I know nothing about New Caledonia. I don't even know the capital of New Caledonia is. If you said to me, obviously, I'd be able to kind of point to the rough part of the world that I think it's in. But now, quickly googling.
I didn't even know it was French.
I didn't know that either. Is it French? Is it a former French colony?
It's a French territory, yeah.
Is it French territory?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Do they... Oh, wow. It's going to sound random, but they don't get to play in the Coupe de France, do they? Do you know about that?
That is random. No.
So, like, in the Coupe de France, you get to... Like, if you're a French territory... So, like... Okay, Tahiti is a French territory, right? You get to play in the Coupe de France, like their FA Cup, if you are... Guadeloupe plays, right? There's no, like... And you're a member of the FA, and if they, let's say, I mean, I don't think they get a chance to play that far. They don't get as far, but if PSG was to draw, like, a team from there, they just got to play. They just got to go. Like, someone's got to fly on a plane, like...
It says, they do play in the Coupe de France, yeah.
Yeah, mate, I'm telling you, yeah. Have they ever played anyone good? Imagine Leon against New Caledonia.
No, actually, let's see.
I told you, I knew, mate. They play like random, like it's a really weird thing where they just, they play like anyone, as long as you're a French territory, you get a place there.
That is mental. And it's been going for years as well.
Yeah, the whole time.
Not that I can see.
Searching it.
Round of 64.
They play some mad because they don't. Like I said, it's not like ours where we just go, oh, you have to be able. Their FA extends to their overseas territories. Like I said, to like Guadeloupe, Martinique, New Caledonia, anything that's French.
God, can you imagine if we had like a Falklands team work their way up?
Yeah, I know exactly. You got to fly out there.
Yeah.
We'd lose. West Ham would lose Tuesday night in the. Is it hot in the Falklands? Don't know. We'd lose. Be the first team to ever lose.
I was thinking Dagenham Redbridge versus the Falklands. I was like, what on earth? How did they get there?
AS Magenta secured their spot, defeating Tiga Sport 1-0 in the Coupe de Caledonia final. So then they're going to the Cape de France, yeah.
This is amazing.
It's mad. Anyway, we need to stop talking about the Coupe de France and thing and actually focus on, like as you say. There is a whole European thing happening.
As we're talking to France.
Yeah. Well, they're not in it because they're too good for that. But there's a whole European bit happening, and obviously you've got Italy versus I want to say Northern Ireland. It is Northern Ireland.
Northern Ireland.
Yeah, so Italy, Northern Ireland. Northern Ireland obviously came third or second. No, second in that group with Germany, didn't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, and Italy came second in their group with Norway. You'd like to think. I mean, I think the World Cup is missing Italy. You'd like to think that they will probably be a bit strong for Northern Ireland, but you know them. They'll grind out a 1-0 or something, last minute goal, and just about get through. And then they've got to play.
No, go on.
No, I was going to say then they've got to play Wales, the winners of Wales and Bosnia. Because, for context, the last time they didn't qualify, they lost to North Macedonia. So, like, they've got form for, like, chucking it away against rubbish teams. The time before, I think it was Sweden. But, like, they've got form for, like, chucking it away against. They're just not very good anymore, which is a real shame.
It is a shame. One of the things I'm interested in is Northern Ireland and Ireland. These teams are going to be taking a lot of fans. And
out to Italy, yeah.
Yeah, and I think the atmosphere at these games are going to be quite cool.
Yeah.
I don't know if that will just be enough. Where Italy aren't playing great at the moment, if that will be the kind of thing that helps cause an upset. Do you know what I mean? Like, it would be those things that actually, it would just add to it.
Getting on the back of the players, yeah.
Yeah. It's something that they're all really looking forward to. But yeah, it'd be really interesting to see. Was it last time they played each other in the qualifying in 2022 and it was 0-0?
Really?
Yeah.
Didn't know.
So that'd be because it forced Italy into the playoffs last time where they lost to North
and
Macedonia.
That's why they lost to North Macedonia. Wow.
Yeah.
So they got form for.
Yeah, they didn't.
And they didn't. And also, they lost to. But they held Germany. Like, Germany beat them 2-1. Remember?
Yeah.
So they're not like rubbish.
No, not at all.
Callum Marshall of West Ham, I think. That's where I'm from. So like, yeah, they've got the odd springing. You know, they could probably spring a surprise. And against an Italian side, like I said, Italy are going to just grind it. Was it Moldova they struggled to beat? Remember we were talking about that?
Yeah.
They got booed off and that. Like, it's going to be something like that again. It's going to be like a 1-0 pen. Late penalty taken by Nico Barella.
And was it the last game where they got booed off at half time and then they went and scored, like, was it 2 or 3 goals at the second half anyway? Like, it was.
The two times was moaning,
Yeah. That's it. Yeah, it's that psychological thing with Italy, isn't it? They always overthink things and then. I think they just play a certain way that just invites, like. And that's not even me being. I'm not even a stereotype. I don't like to stereotype people. So I'm not even going to say I'm not stereotyping Catenaccio or anything like that, because I understand that's a thing from like the 60s. But they have a style that means that they invite pressure sometimes from teams that they probably shouldn't be, and are quite slow. Like the build-up play. I know they've got Di Lorenzo and the dude from plays left wing for Inter. They've got quick and explosive players, DiMarco, and we've got quick and explosive players, but like it's just a bit. Yeah. You can see that they're almost feeling like they should play it because it's expected as well, isn't it, of that cultural thing, rather than thinking about that to your ability. A bit like what England used to do.
It's just very tactical, isn't it?
Yeah.
And if you get in their faces, they like, you know, and I sound like Ron Atkinson on like the big match or something like that. But like, if you get in their faces, they don't like it. I think.
Put one on them early.
Yeah, exactly. No, but it's true.
Yeah.
Though. Like, I've
It is,
been
it is.
watching the Champions League on ITV circa 1999. But like, yeah, like this is literally the way it goes. Like you get in their faces, and they don't like it. Like you saw it with Bodo Glimt against Inter the other day.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
They don't like being, and obviously Inter. I know Inter isn't just the Italian national team, but like that's the 10 points clear in Italy in the league, and they got absolutely harassed at home by Bodo Glimt and didn't get a chance on the ball, and like that's what's going to happen in Northern Ireland. I reckon they're going to just make it really difficult for them and try and kind of unsettle them, see if they can nick something, and then I'd imagine that Wales and Bosnia will try and do the same thing, right?
Yeah. Well, hopefully. It's but it's interesting. Do you think that the last game will play on Italy's mind in the sense that it's the Northern Ireland game last time that forced them to play, what's it called in the last
the playoff?
North Macedonia,
Yeah.
And do you think it is that thing of this could be a bogey team in that sense?
Don't know. Maybe.
It's hard.
Maybe.
It's been a while.
Yeah, maybe. Because I mean, obviously, I didn't know that, but like they will know that because they're Italian and they would have watched their playoff and they would have known that happened last time round. But that completely escaped me. But like I'd imagine, Italians are quite, you know, they will remember that. It'll be fresh in their memory. So yeah, maybe the Northern Ireland game will play on their minds a bit. Like, and it wasn't that long ago, right? There'll probably be still some players that played.
Yeah, true.
4 years.
No, that'd be good. It'd be about 4 years now, wouldn't it? Yeah.
Yeah. So like you got that.
Sorry, excuse me.
Wales, Bosnia.
So Bosnia tend to
I
look.
don't know anything about how did Bosnia get through there. Do you know anything about their qualification?
God, I can't remember. No, it's been a while since I've looked at that.
So I obviously know Wales were in that group with North Macedonia, speak of the levels, Belgium, and I want to say Kazakhstan. And they had that game where, do you remember they could have almost gotten? I don't think they could have gone automatic. There was a bit where they were like in the running for like automatic, maybe like 2-3 games out because it was quite close in that group. And in the end, remember North Macedonia threw it away. That was it, wasn't it? North Macedonia threw the game away because they messed up like a qualifier against Belgium, or no, it wasn't Belgium, was it? Was it Kazakhstan? They won it, or was it Wales? Someone got beaten like 7-0 by Wales, didn't they? Which messed up the whole thing.
Wales, Kazakhstan, wasn't it?
Was it Kazakhstan that got beat 7-0 by Wales and North Macedonia got beat by Belgium? But like whatever happened in that group, it was like really it was quite close for ages. Wales were in and amongst it, and then right at the end, there was like a weird couple of results. Wales absolutely smashed someone to kind of get themselves into contention.
North Macedonia, it was
North Macedonia. Yeah, exactly. That's what I mean. Yeah, so like they're going into it in a little bit of form. Now, obviously, they've had about 3-4 months to kind of like get out of form, and you know, it's not like club football where you go, well, you know, we're in a row and we play next week. You know, you've gone away, you played for your clubs for a few months, come back. But maybe Wales are the ones with a bit of momentum in that game, or in that phase of the the qualifiers.
Yeah, and Bosnia are always known for being a tough team, but they never seem to quite do it, and it's at Cardiff as well. So
yeah.
That could play into Wales' hands. So, and like you say, if they keep that momentum as part of their squad, then they've got every chance really to get there. And Wales always have that thing. Do you remember the last time they made a tournament? They actually had a decent run. You know, their fan base does lift them. They are one of those. They're a bit like Scotland teams. Aren't they? Yeah.
Basically, everyone other than England from the British Isles has got good fans that go abroad and behave
the Celtic
themselves
teams.
Gee the teams on. Yeah, gee the team on. We just go and chuck patio furniture at each other in a square. That's a massive stereotype. Sorry, England fans. I'm an England fan. It's fine. That's that.
Coming from the people who tried to steal a Vuvuzela from a... What was it from? What was the place?
I don't know.
Where you used to book holidays. What are they called? What are
travel
called?
Agent.
Travel agents. We walked past the travel agents. They had Vuvuzelas in the window. And we tried to
incriminating me here, man. I don't remember stealing or trying to steal a Vuvuzela. Obviously, alcohol was probably involved. Was that the day of England-Slovenia?
Yeah.
When Defoe scored. Jermaine Defoe scored 1-0. Last group match to put us through. You
and I had a half day and we went out, yeah. We went out, yeah.
I don't remember stealing a Vuvuzela. So we're just trying to shut them up more than anything.
I think we can blame our friend for doing it. I think we just egged him on.
Was he there?
He was there.
Was he?
He came
I
that
don't
day.
remember.
Yeah, he came that day. Yeah,
I just remember it being really hot and being outside in that beer garden, which
Yeah,
is
he did.
great. And then they had the game on inside, and it was a half a second earlier. So Defoe's
Yes.
goal went in, and everyone cheered, and we were like, "Fuck's sake!" And then we sort of walked across there, and he scored.
Wasn't there a game before or something where we knew, or did we just realise? I think from the commentary before the game
No,
started.
yeah, that was that.
Yeah,
It was the game before. Because it's the last game of the thing, so like they're all same time.
Right.
So America were playing Algeria at the same time, and that's where they come top of the group, which is why we then played Germany round of 16, and America played Ghana.
Oh, wow, I didn't forget that.
Yeah.
And who else have we got? So we got Ireland.
Ireland
And
against who's the next one? Ireland. No. So then Ireland are playing Czech Republic. Republic, and then Denmark are playing North Macedonia. So that's their two things in that space there. So, like, Denmark obviously lost to Scotland in that last game, which messed them up. Still got that half-decent team, but I think they're a bit old now. I think they've all get like, they've all got good players, but they're good players that were like good players 4 years ago.
yeah,
Like, and obviously got to the Euro 2020 semi-final with that team, like, with lots of people in that team. Like, I think, the North Macedonia are just North Macedonia. They've obviously got half-decent players playing for. I know no one that plays for North Macedonia.
I couldn't tell you, but they play well as a team. But
Yeah, well, they quite clearly do.
When they don't play well.
Trouble people.
Yeah.
And also they get there because they were one of the higher Nations League teams, weren't they? That was a Nations League place. And then you've got Czech Republic of Ireland, obviously Troy Parrott. Didn't go to West Ham in the end, but still time in the summer when we go down.
It's on the cards.
Czech Republic, again, I remember them holding, or almost holding, Portugal to a draw in Euro 2024. And Conceição scored late for Portugal. Whose group were they in? Portugal, Czech Republic. Can't remember who else. But they didn't get out of the group, basically.
And then, so we're saying you got two other games, haven't you? Or was it three other games? There's
4 other games, mate.
Four other games.
So then you've got Ukraine, Sweden, Poland, Albania. Again, interesting. I don't remember the Ukraine playing for a very long time now. And I'm like, I don't know nothing about them. I don't know who plays for them anymore. I think the last time I saw the Ukraine play, they had Zinchenko, who was still playing for them. He was captain. I think Yarmolenko played as well. He come on.
Didn't England have them in the last qualifiers?
Yeah, did
Well, we played them in a couple of qualifiers running. I think we got drawn against them. Yeah, I'm sure we did.
Remember.
But it was always the games. It was just tough games. It was like 1-0 away or 2-0 away.
I mean, they're not terrible. I remember them playing the Netherlands in Euro 2020 as well, but I don't remember. Literally, my brain is absolutely. I know more about Suriname and New Caledonia than I do the Ukraine. But I don't even know how they got there. I can't think of it.
They're always a hard team to play, and then you think of the players that we know play for Sweden. You're like, oh, maybe that Sweden should edge it on that. But
Isak, who else plays for Sweden?
Isak, Gyökeres.
Isak. Oh my god, yeah, your guy.
Yeah. So it's and I can't remember. And there's who else who plays in midfield? I can't remember his name. It's gone for me. Yeah. So you'd think maybe on paper they should do it, but I reckon it'll be a tough game.
But then obviously they go play Poland and Albania. Poland, interesting one. Always at World Cups. Pretty much get there a lot of the time. Obviously Lewandowski still plays up front. They used to have Milik as well. They were Zielinski. Again, these are all people who are just that little bit too old now, potentially. Matty Cash at right back.
Wow.
Traditional Polish name. Is Szczesny still the keeper? I know he was a keeper in 2022. I don't know if he was... Did they qualify for Euro 2024? My brain is gone now. Honestly, how can I not remember whether they qualified for Euro 2024? I feel like they must have. You're going to say. Tell me if they played if they did.
Did not play in Euro 24.
Oh, that's why I don't remember.
Oh, they were the first team eliminated from the tournament.
No, they weren't then. Whose group? Come on.
So they played... They lost their final game against Austria.
No. So they were in the group with France and the Netherlands.
Austria, Holland, and France.
Yeah,
Austria,
France
Holland,
and the Netherlands. Yeah, I remember.
Yeah. Yeah, they lost all games.
Yeah, we went out. We went and watched the. No, we saw games. When we were out, we went out and watched England play, and we watched the Netherlands against maybe Poland.
Poland.
The early game. Do you remember the early game? It was in that bar, and it was the early game, and we watched Netherlands-Poland. I'm pretty sure it was Netherlands-Poland or something.
It was. The 16th of June at 3:00.
Yeah,
it was the Netherlands-Poland.
Come
Yeah,
on,
because the other games were 6:00. So yeah, we must have watched that one.
Yeah, I watched it. Yeah, I remember.
Oh dear.
But other than that, they're all a little bit older. I don't know of any young Polish player coming through. Playing Albania, got a bit about them. I remember them scoring early against Italy in their game. Lots of players that would like disrupt you a little bit, but no one really that you go, oh yeah, they're really good.
Yeah. It's one of those things that these qualifiers are funny. It's full of teams where it's the nearly teams where you only really see one or two of them get into the Euros.
That's why they're in this bit, right?
Yeah.
And they didn't qualify automatically because they're all a bit old, got like missing pieces, and also like the beauty of international football, right? Like they're not quite the finished article, and the ones that have got like more informed younger players qualified automatically. Yeah, I think that's the thing.
Go on.
No, I was going to say every team in this bit has some sort of deficiency. There's always like you can point to a thing in every team in this thing and go, you are there because you don't have this or because you can't do this. Like Turkey, Romania, Turkey got battered by Spain. I remember they got absolutely annihilated by them. And then I watched them beat Bulgaria and was like, oh, you're not that bad. And that Yildiz scored and that. And it was like, oh, maybe you're mad.
They're just unpredictable when they Turkey. They're emotional. You just don't know which Turkey's turning up. It's
lots of solid, unspectacularly solid players, I would say. And I know nothing about like Romania at all. Last time I saw Romania, they were good, and Georgie Hadji was playing for them, and they beat us.
Well, this is the thing. They're just going to be one of those typical
actually,
disciplined teams, aren't they? Just hard to break down.
I don't know. Maybe. I was going to say the last time I see Romania actually was Euro 2008 when Buffon made that save against. Do you remember that? Do you know what I'm talking about? And he makes it with his feet and hands. He's going a long way, and he kind of puts his feet and hands up.
Yeah.
I'm not going to put my feet up because I've got no socks on. Feet and hands up, and he makes his save, and it keeps Italy in the tournament, and it knocks Romania out from a penalty. And that's the last time I think I saw Romania play in anything meaningful. I'm not sure if they got to Euro 2016. Yes, they did. They got to Euro 2016, and Dimitri Payet. I know my brain's going weird now. They got to the Euro 2016, and Dimitri Payet scored a last-minute winner against them in the France's opening game, and they were in France's group. Didn't get out of it. Didn't really do anything to anyone. I can't even remember who else was in that group, but that was the last time.
But were England in that group that year?
No.
Is that the year we was in France's group?
Euro 2016. No. Euro 2016, about 20 years earlier, and that's
probably.
And then we were losing against Slovakia and come back, and they had what's his name, that dude from Napoli, Hamsik, and then we played Wales, and it was like an afternoon game, and Gareth Bale scored the free kick from far away, and then Sturridge and Vardy scored late, and we won, and that should have told us we were going to get knocked out by Iceland in the next
Iceland
because if you can't beat those teams, they didn't have a really hard group.
Yeah, it's not a great team.
But anyway, sorry, that's
the only
Romania.
The only game we haven't mentioned is where you've got someone looking for a first in terms of Kosovo.
Kosovo.
Yeah,
Kosovo are decent.
Trying to make history.
Decent. I've got a mate who's Kosovan, and he and I.
He's going to say he plays for them.
No, he doesn't. He is good. He is good at football. But he's not quite international quality. But he is good at football, and we as a result, like I've got mates from different places in the world and that, and you always look out for stuff, and I look out for Kosovo because of him. He's Kosovan, but he also has got like Albanian roots and stuff. He follows Albania as well and stuff. And so anyway, Kosovo are half decent. They've remember England played them and lost we won 5-3 or something like.
Yeah.
Like a weird thing, like so they've got a bit about them. Probably not that strong, but like Slovakia, don't know anything.
This is the kind of tournament where it'd be interesting to see how they fare against these teams, though, because I think they will, if they can.
Could do something against us.
Yeah, if they could get through Slovakia, then I think that they could cause an upset elsewhere. So no, that'd be really interesting to see.
And you get one of those guys go through, and then like cat amongst the pigeons time, isn't it? Really?
Yeah. The only thing I will say is when you compare this tournament, this knockouts compared to the other side, it's a lot more entertaining on the other side. But is that because we see these teams more?
Yeah, exactly. We're bored of this. We've seen them play. Well, I haven't seen Kosovo play for ages, but we see these types of teams play each other all the time, and we've probably seen loads of these players in the Champions League and whatever, like the Europa League, whatever it is. But you and I have never seen a new Caledonian footballer. I can tell you that now.
I've not knowingly seen a new Caledonian player.
Maybe down the park, yeah. But like as a result, it's going to be way more interesting because we're going to be like, oh my god, it's like being a kid again, right? You're like, I don't know what's going to happen here. I have no idea. I don't know how good or bad or whatever you guys are going to be. I have my preconceptions, and you're either going to like live up to them, and I'm going to feel vindicated, and you're going to make me feel good about myself, or actually I'm going to be stunned by the fact that you've actually managed to beat Jamaica or Dr. Congo, or like Iraq are going to lose to Bolivia. And you're going to be like, this is amazing. That it feels like a World Cup, doesn't it? Like random teams from different continents playing each other is a World Cup, whereas European teams just playing against each other isn't like it's
an extension of Nations League, isn't it? It's that kind of feeling. Yeah,
exactly. I want to see it.
There's no really surprises in that sense. It's like you can make an argument for every team, so you see who goes through, and you're like, okay, like it is what it is.
There's no mismatches. That's what it is, isn't it? No massive, you are quite clearly not at the same level as that team. Everyone's kind of come through this qualifying. You're kind of you're a mid-ranking. If you had to put them in a pot of teams, you'd say you're like a Nations League, right? In the Nations League, there's probably like League C, League B teams, right?
Yeah. Exactly. Well, you're looking at this in you think, Italy are there, that's a big thing. But you're like, actually, because of the amount of teams that do well in Europe now, there's always going to be an Italy that are in this little group. There's always going to be one of them.
Falls out.
And then being England, you're always going to be interested in the other devolved nations in terms of where they go, how they're doing. And it's like, it's the most they've been involved in a while. So that's interesting from an England point of view, but from everyone else, it is as you say, it's same old. So yeah, no, definitely not that we're not discounting the European qualifiers for anyone from the devolved nations listening. We care if you get through, but we're just more interested in New Caledonia at this point.
New Caledonia, just want to see them. That's what I care.
Maybe that's the next football shirt I try and get.
Oh mate, I've seen a Colombia one, Colombia 1990 away shirt. I've bookmarked it. It's getting bought payday next week.
You seen the Brazil one looks nice as well. The new Brazil one, that looks good. The blue one, they've released the blue one again. Yeah, that looks good. But I think Italy did do a really nice one recently. I think there was a bit preemptive in releasing it just before disqualifying, but
it'll be a nice shirt to wear over the summer while you're watching the World Cup at home.
But yeah, right. So I'm conscious of time.
Yeah. There's still a couple of bits, and to play on the March Madness thing, probably the last bit is just about some of the other things that have happened in the last week. I mean, so like we've got Iran withdrawing. So there's that. What happens there? Do we just pull one of the teams through from March Madness? Do we just go that someone is through and they go in? Like, does Iraq go through, and then maybe you play Bolivia against, because I think Iraq are next. And then there was talk of Italy going through. There was talk of people saying, well, Italy will go through because they're the next highest ranked. They're the highest ranked non-qualifier.
Surely that must affect the terms of how many European teams you can have in each group and things like that. Or...
Yes, that's a good point. Yeah, because you wouldn't be able to do that. I don't know. But then FIFA have done weird stuff, man. Like, as part of my World Cup swatting, you've got Israel going in like African qualifying and stuff like that in the past.
Yeah.
And so, like, it's happened in the past. You don't know. You just don't know. But, like, it'd be very interesting. But with Iran pulling out, that's kind of thrown the cat amongst the pigeons. You don't know what Iraq are going to do.
They'll probably
Mad.
make a whole ceremony of like we've got Trump coming on stage and throwing a dart at a globe, and wherever it lands gets through or something like that. Like to get to World Cup spot.
He'll just decide. Yeah, he'll decide what country gets it.
He'll
Me and
give
my
New
mates are
York.
saying he'll probably give it. I was going to say he'll give it to like Texas. He won't get to New York because he's got Mandani.
Yeah,
I don't
that's
like
true.
him.
Yeah.
Even if he's scared of him, he won't. He don't like him.
He
be
will
someone
give
else.
it to a state.
A red state's going to get it.
That would be hilarious.
Yeah. Be like,
That would be the kind of thing.
Pennsylvania.
Do you know that's the kind of thing you can imagine them asking him when they do those interviews on Air Force One as it's midair, and it's like, who do you think should get it? What do you think should happen? He'd be like, I've always liked Texas football.
Yeah.
I've always liked them. Just not get it at all.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's been some really, really mad things this month, I think, in generally. But then, yeah, so what happens with those? And then, obviously, as of recording this, the breaking news yesterday coming out of AFCON was the strange and bizarre decision to suddenly award the title to Morocco, stripping
The most
Senegal.
pointless thing ever that has just made them look really stupid.
And wasn't it? It was the kind of thing that went under the radar in terms of this was even being looked at. Like what?
Yeah, I didn't know it was being looked at. I don't think anyone did. And I said to you before, like this smacks of like a Trump-style person who's high up at CAF, basically getting their own way and saying, "Oh well, they shouldn't have won it." And they think Senegal got the trophy, Senegal won the game, Senegal celebrated, Senegal got the medals. What are you going to do? You're going to go back to the Senegalese players and go, "Give me back your gold medals that you got for the thing." It's done. Like it's so like football is so like bit of a rant here, and for everyone listening, I've got a blog that I haven't written for years now, but like it's called "But England Aren't Even Playing," and it's related to the whole like, oh, there's a World Cup on, I'm watching this game, and people saying to me, yeah, but England aren't even playing, and I'm like, yeah, but it's a World Cup, I want to watch every game. There is a post in there that I do, which is about, I call it the penaltification of football, and it's the that everybody has lost sight of what football is about. Football is about two teams playing a football match against each other, you not knowing who's going to win, and then someone winning in the moment, they win that game, and they are the victors, and you celebrate with them, and blah, 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 blah. And what you do is, to make that more interesting, you make competitions. So rather than just having two teams playing against each other all the time, you give it context. You say, right, this team is playing this team to qualify for a competition, to win a competition, to progress in the competition. You add context, that is what makes it interesting, right? If you think of the African Nations Cup final in the context of that, you have a team that has won a one-off game against another, and in that moment, in that game, they were given a trophy, they were given medals, all of this other stuff. That is what mattered, right? Mostly, whatever you want to call it, going back and saying, we're going to strip them of that, and this and that. Not a single player that went to that game, not a single fan, not a single person that watched on TV is going to care. So all they have done is made themselves look really, really, really stupid over nothing. Like I said, the penaltification, and the reason why I call it the penaltification of football is because I hate penalty shootouts, right? And my argument is like, you see, like the FA Cup, you don't have replays now, it goes to penalties. The League Cup, you don't even have extra time, it goes to penalties. It's because we're so obsessed about getting the result. Now, there are people in football, like admin type people or like administrators and all that sit there and all they care about is giving a big check out to the team at the end and being like, right, okay, you won. And actually they've lost sight of the reason why they're there is to play the game of football so that we can all watch the game of football with some context. That is the point of that African Nations final. It was to play the game, which Senegal won, which we all watched and we were all entertained by, and it was like, there was stuff that happened, but we watched the game and Senegal won the game. So going back and going, well, we actually didn't win a game, you don't get to keep the trophy, you don't get to do this. No one cares. No one cares.
It doesn't achieve anything, does it? And you got to think there's the person who's, like you say, you bring two teams together, they play a game of football in whatever context, and the person who has the most control of that at that moment is the referee. Now, when Senegal walked off, the referee, and let's remember, the Moroccan players convinced the Senegalese players to come back as well. It weren't like they were ordered to. They got together as a group in that context of coming together and playing a football game. Let's finish it. We started it. Let's finish it properly and go and do it. And the referee he's in charge at that point. He could have gone, you know what? they've walked off the pitch. We'll call it there. And then, like you say, the decision's made. It's done. The fact the referee has gone, nope, they've agreed to come back on. We're playing. That's that decision done. That should not be revisited. He's the person who's in charge. You're undermining the rules, the context, everything else, and it makes a mockery of it. It's like, oh well, suddenly now every game that finishes can be challenged. It's like, well, no, that now you've set a legal precedent for every game to be challenged. It's like,
do you go back? Yeah, you're absolutely right. You forget about that in the context of that as well. Like, do you go back and go, oh, that team isn't relegated. That team didn't win the league. That team didn't, They're so stupid. And for what? I don't think that a single Moroccan player looks at that and goes, well, yeah, but we won the AFCON now because we were awarded it afterwards. Are they what? They're going to get medals now? Do they get, what is the point?
As a player, you've played that game. You've not won it. You've not earned it. You've gone through. You didn't celebrate it. You've grieved it. If anything, you've not just not. You've grieved with it. So I think what have you achieved in terms of
the whole
that?
Continent looks stupid. Make it all look stupid. Get less credibility for the tournament now. People are talking about it for the wrong reasons. Which is
even more surprising when considering what happened in some of the minor things in that tournament and in the final itself. You'd think you would hope, a bit like when we say when things go through marketing and branding and things like that, there was a discussion where it was like, the findings from this report means that we're going to overturn a decision. And you think someone then would have gone, guys, reputationally, we've already suffered quite a lot.
Yeah. What does this look like? What are the optics like?
In terms of gains here, are we actually gaining? Is it a pro or is it a con? And it's like someone would have gone, you know what? Let's phrase this as the report is lessons learned. Next time, it happened this way.
Yeah, next time we set a precedent. Next time we say, actually, if you walk off, you have to abandon the game. You can't do that. That's bringing the game into disrepute. Well, you can't do that. Fine. You cannot. It is now when it was decided, March the 18th or something, or March the 17th?
Yeah.
That's 3 months away. So you decide 3 months on, actually, no, you didn't win it, or 2 months on, or whatever. It's crazy. And like I said, it just makes it look really silly. I like the African Nations Cup. I like AFCON. I've watched it. I didn't watch it just this year. I watched it other years as well. And it always gets laughed at. People were laughing at that final as it was from all of the stuff that happened, and all it has done is make it look worse. I don't know how, and now I don't know how anyone at CAF can look and be like, yeah, we want you to, European teams, we want you to release your players for this tournament and this, that and the other. And I know they will. I'm not saying they shouldn't do. But at the same time, they've made a mockery of their own tournament, and it was completely in their hands, and they didn't need to do this. And even if there was someone in their ear saying to them, someone up high that was saying, you have to do something about this, and you have to take this tournament away from Senegal, why? What were they going to achieve? Who got what from that? I don't understand.
There is a danger of, and it probably won't happen, it might not happen, but there is a danger of Moroccan players next tournament being like, why am I going to bother? Why am I going to put myself forward to be selected and go in this tournament when anything can happen? Yeah. Where I play a final, I could win, not a Senegal player, sorry. I go all the way through to the final and I win it. And then it's changed, and it's like, I'm already trying to do my best to represent the country and do well and raise the sport in Africa as a whole, and it's like, and represent Africa on the world stage. And then it's like, we do this, we do it well, we put on a good tournament. Yes, there's some things, but then they do this, and it's like, it goes against everything that those players are actually trying to take responsibility for as well and do, but the bureaucrats behind it almost tear that down. And that's a hard thing for those players who are out there as individuals, really representing not just the sport, but the actual nation they're representing, the continent as well. There's a lot of air, and they could just turn around and be like, you know what, this suddenly doesn't mean as much to me.
Yeah, of course.
Especially when they are getting so much more money and opportunities in club games and things like that. There's more games.
Exactly.
Than
Why
ever.
play in a competition where you could get injured and lose your multi-million-pound contract or whatever, when actually you could win it and they'd take it away from you anyway?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Why would you? It's so stupid.
Yeah.
So counterproductive, so stupid. Not sure they would properly thought that through.
So on an episode on March Madness, it's probably ended on the most mad thing, the maddest thing to happen in March so far, unless we get our wish.
What is it the maddest thing to happen in March? Because I'd say bombing the crap out of a country to the fact that they, being a host nation, a World Cup host nation has attacked another country. And the other country's like, yeah, we can't come to your World Cup. Like, there's been some pretty mad stuff that's happened at World Cups. Again, I'm sweating up on my World Cups again. For 78, some crazy stuff, but nothing like this, man. This is mad.
Host nation where the sport, not just it didn't happen like that, that's a global event that happened between political nations and everything. I get that. But this is a host nation where the president was given a peace award by the sport that is hosting this World Cup and has gone and done that, a peace award as well. What that they've never given before, they just totally made up.
Yeah.
And a few months earlier he's done the most anti-peace thing as well. I am going to have to run because my battery is going to die. And I haven't got my charger.
It's absolutely fine, mate. I think we are well over anyway. Lots and lots we've discussed and covered here. Last thing to say, I think I need to... next episode, which will hopefully happen soon, I need to come and tell you about what happened when I went to England, Uruguay. And when I watched New Caledonia against Jamaica. And I'm watching that Dr. Congo against Jamaica's game. Because that's going to be good. But anyway,
I will tell you. You will see how sleep deprived I am by the next episode to see if we have a new edition or not as well.
Oh yeah, gosh, is that around about now as well?
It's about 4 weeks within the next 4 weeks, I imagine. Yeah.
Wow.
So, yeah, we'll see. But yeah.
Oh, wow.
Otherwise, thanks, Trev. Thanks everyone else, and we'll catch you all soon.
Yeah. Cheers, Ricky.
Take care.
Speak to you later, mate. Bye-bye.
Bye.